Today's video, as you guys know, is all about how to manifest a completely different life as fast as possible. And obviously, a lot of people are really into and curious, and they want to be able to live a completely different life. They want to be able to live the wealth and the financial freedom. They want to have maybe the relationship that they're wanting as fast as possible. As like we're living in a society where nobody really wants to wait for anything. And I come from the opinion that you don't have to wait for things when you are aligned, when you are living in that reality and embodying that reality. So it is completely possible to manifest and create a completely different life that you're totally in love with so quickly that like it can happen within weeks, it can happen within months, like it can happen so quickly. So let's jump right into the first tip. And the first tip being able to let go of the beliefs and the thoughts and the programming from the past and from your current reality right now. Your future reality that you're wanting, it needs different beliefs, it needs different energy. You can't bring the old beliefs, the old thoughts, the old focus. You can't bring your old self into the future, into the future that you're desiring. They have completely different energies and beliefs and thoughts, and just completely different attraction points. So what happens is over time we condition ourselves to focus in a certain way. We condition ourselves to focus on the pains. We condition ourselves to focus on the current stressors, the current maybe lack of money. We're focusing on the things that are not bringing us the success that we're wanting. And over time, what happens is we build up so much momentum to these things and these thoughts that they end up being a programming that we end up just living out. So if you want to actually manifest a completely different life the fastest way possible, you have to start to condition yourself to let go of those things. You have to start to condition yourself to let go of the pain that you might be holding on to, or the frustration, or the guilt, or the failure that you might be feeling. Letting all of that go. None of that belongs in your future. None of that is a vibrational match to the success that you're wanting. So beginning to think differently, beginning to choose different thoughts, beginning to do meditations that allow yourself to relax and to let go. And this is something that I just recently I created the meditation to be able to let go and to be able to just release everything from the past and release everything that's holding you back. And the more and more that you can do this, especially in meditation, because meditation is where you can actually access that subconscious mind. Meditation is where you slow down your brain waves so you can get into the subconscious, into the programming, so you can reprogram your mind. So that's step number one, letting go and reconditioning yourself to the thoughts and the feelings that are in alignment to the life that you are wanting. Step number two, this kind of goes along with the first one. So the first one is really just letting it go. So practicing and getting used to letting the past go, letting that story that you have go about yourself and about your money situation, letting all that stories, all the thoughts, everything go. Number two is about actually the reprogramming of it. So reprogramming your mind to the abundance, reprogramming your focus to that of success, to that of abundance, right? So let go, reprogram. How do we reprogram our minds? We program, and I spoke about this, I actually did an Instagram live interview yesterday. I put it on YouTube, but I'll post it in here as well into this group. But we spoke about that a little bit as well, about how to actually reprogram your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind reprograms in 3 ways. Through repetition, so saying certain things that you believe, that you feel. The feeling is actually the most important part when you're saying mantras and affirmations. So the repetition, so repeatedly switching your focus over to abundance, repeatedly focusing on everything positive in your life, repeatedly being optimistic. Through the feeling is the second point that you reprogram your subconscious mind. And what I mean by this is when you are feeling abundant and you are feeling fulfilled and you're feeling all of the emotions behind it, you actually begin to manifest the thoughts and the focus and the habits that are in alignment to that feeling state. So it's such a good idea to start to pay attention to how you're feeling on a regular basis. How are you feeling throughout the day? Do you feel like things aren't working out? Do you feel like you're rushed? That's a big one when it comes to fast manifestations. If you're trying to manifest things quickly, but you feel rushed, that's a completely opposite vibration, which we'll go into later because that was another point. But allowing yourself to feel abundant, feel secure, feel free will then allow the thoughts to come in that are in alignment with those feelings, and those thoughts will lead to the focus, and that focus and consistent thoughts will lead to the reprogramming of the mind, and it'll become a habit at that point to think positively and to think abundantly. And that's how that reprogramming begins to happen. The more momentum that you build around abundant thoughts and abundant feelings, it really just keeps going uphill from there, or downhill I should say. So the feeling of being abundant leads to the reprogramming, because if you're saying something, if you're saying an affirmation, for example, and you're saying I'm abundant, or I love my riches and I love my wealth, but you don't feel it, it's not working. It's not doing anything. It's actually just causing more disconnect to that abundance. The feeling is so important. So reprogramming through repetition, reprogramming through the feeling state, how you're feeling throughout the day, and then lastly through symbols. And this is something where it's so powerful. It's so powerful. This is how when you're watching, maybe, actually before I get into that one, like, you know, when you're watching a certain type of movie, or maybe a commercial comes on and you start to kind of feel the way and think the way that you're watching whatever you're watching. So if you're watching a horror movie, then you start feeling like you're in the movie. You start feeling that fear, and you start to have those thoughts around it. That's you literally being programmed to that movie that you're watching. So what are you consuming on a regular basis? What are you seeing? What are you focusing on in terms of your visual? So focusing on maybe movies that give you that sense and that feeling of abundance. Watching any type of YouTube videos that really give the image of the life that you're wanting. These are all ways to reprogram visually when it comes to your subconscious mind. And lastly, the last tip that I have when it comes to reprogramming and manifesting the best possible life that you want in the fastest way possible is actually letting go of time. When you put a time frame on something, or you feel pressured to achieve something in a certain amount of time, that time factor ends up putting so much pressure on you that it just throws you completely off. It throws your vibration off. It throws your alignment off. So if you're wanting to manifest a completely different life in the fastest time possible, you need to get rid of time. Get rid of time and just live in it. Just embody it. Just be it without any type of time factor in it. And that's when things really start to pick up, and that's when things can manifest quickly and easily and effortlessly, is when you get rid of time. So the time that you're wanting can be the thing that's actually holding you back. Because when you're focusing on time, you're focusing on the lack of time. You're focusing on it not being here and now. You're focusing on basically anything that means and that you end up, I guess, meaning that it's not happening right now. So just to go through the 3 points again, just to summarize. 1, let go of the stories that you have about yourself when it comes to money, when it comes to your life. Let go of the emotions attached to it. Let go of the focus. Start to let go of the past way of doing things, the past way of thinking. Let go of the past. Even let go of the present. Let go of your focus on the present situation. Number 2, reprogram your subconscious mind to the life that you're wanting through repetition, through feeling, and through symbols. And lastly, let go of the time factor. Let it go. If you are going to bring up anything that has to do with time, let it be on your side. Meaning, say something like, the time that it's taking is just working out for me. Or however long it takes, it's really just, it's all happening for me. It'll all be this beautiful unfolding that makes so much sense, and it'll still ultimately lead to the thing that you're wanting. So if you are going to bring up time at all, bring up how it's working for you. Bring up how it's all playing out for you, how time is on your side. I think that's the main point I was trying to make. If you are going to bring time in as a factor, start to think about time as being on your side. But if it's hard for you right now to do that, drop time completely. So those are the points that I have. If you have any questions, start dropping them in the comments below if you haven't already. I'm just going to go through any type of questions. And if there's no questions, then I guess I'll just end it here. I will be posting the interview on Instagram that I did into the group shortly after this video. So keep a watch out for that, because that was really good as well. Hi, Kristen. Let's see, who else? Yeah, time can be a stressor. It's like when you are definitely focused on the time frame that it takes to create your life, it stresses you out. If you are feeling rushed and you're feeling like you are putting the pressure on yourself to create something super fast, it puts so much pressure on yourself, and that pressure, it just pulls you out of alignment and just makes everything worse. It makes everything feel like nothing is going your way. So take time out of it. Okay, symbols. So symbols, the visual. So symbols, you can do like the visualizations. You can do just like the visual side of it. So visually daydreaming and seeing yourself living that life. It's really just, I guess, just the visual side of it, I should have said. I hope that answered your question. A vision board, yes, that can definitely help. Vision boards are really good in terms of reminding yourself, not even reminding, because it's not like you ever forget about your goals, but the vision board comes in. So when you look at your vision board, then you start to condition yourself of that future, and you start to, the more and more you can kind of embody that and visualize yourself in that vision board, or in that reality on your vision board, it'll definitely help speed things up for you. How do you suggest on how to practice feeling or creating the emotion? Meditation is definitely the best before you try to do it outside of meditation. With meditation, the act of actually closing your eyes detaches you from the external world. So it's a lot easier to focus on the internal world. Once you're in that meditation, before you start to create any type of bliss or abundance, just get into a neutral place first. So start to program yourself to the present moment. Just start to train your focus more first. So with you trying to jump ahead, because what happens if you're in like an anxious place, the feeling of abundance and joy is too far away vibrationally that you can't get there. So if you can actually get into the present moment in your meditation, slow down your brain waves, take some deep breaths, calm yourself down, then you can start to get into that state more and more. But I would say first, practice being in the present moment. Practice focusing your thoughts and focusing your mind to be able to stop thought and to be in the present moment. Start to enjoy your current life. Start to just be, don't try to like rush it or put yourself too far out ahead into the emotions that are too high vibrationally and too far from where you are. So allow yourself to kind of work up to it. I hope that answered your question. Currently struggling with finding that balance between planning my time and not feeling so restricted, because that's why I left my 9 to 5. Yeah, I totally get that. Okay, yeah, so the best thing you can do is just start to affirm and start to choose that things can be easy. So if you're allowing yourself to let things be easy and let things flow, then the best steps for you to take the most advantage of the time that you have will come to you. If we're feeling kind of like there's not enough time in the day to do everything, it again throws our vibration off, it throws our alignment off. But if you can just, say like, I allow things to be easy. I allow the right things to come to me. I allow the right ideas and the right steps to come to me, to have a realization, or to be, I guess, internally nudged in a way to do the best things. That's the best way you can really take advantage of the time that you do have. I don't have a guided meditation in terms of the things that I'm saying. I've created those types of meditations for my one-on-one clients. So if you're looking for I guess the help to be able to align to the abundance that you want, then definitely you can schedule a strategy call with me and we can talk more about it. I might put out, a mini meditation to help do these things. I do have a meditation guide though. So on my website, I have a freebies section, and there's actually a guide about how to meditate, what to focus on, how this can lead to abundance, all of those things on my website. I haven't felt the inspiration and that internal urge to create a free guided meditation yet. And I kind of, as I suggest for everybody, whenever you're doing anything for your business or you're trying to build anything, like that inspired action is going to lead to the most success for you, because that inspired action is literally in alignment to everything that you're desiring. And I really just haven't had that inspired action to create that yet. But I might down the line. I haven't decided yet though. But yes. In terms of the meditation though, so the freebie that I have on my website, but then also just finding something, I guess I'm kind of summarizing the freebie, finding something in your reality, in your world, in your room or whatever, and just start to put your focus on it and just keep focusing on that one thing. And that's actually training your focus to be more present and to stay focused on that one thing. And then what you'll notice as you quiet all of the mental chatter by focusing on this one thing, you'll start to feel kind of this vibration and the energy within you kind of raise, and you'll start to feel different within your body. So that's the meditation that I give in my freebie. That's also the meditation that I give every single one of my clients as they're first starting out, because that's how you train your focus. So do that first. And that'll help train your focus and just make things just so much easier when it comes to visualizing, when it comes to thinking on a day-to-day basis. Because if you can conquer your mind in the meditation, what you'll notice is outside of the meditation, when you're just walking around living your day-to-day life, that overthinking disappears and you're able to focus more, and it's so much easier once you can conquer your mind in your meditation. Okay. Can you please tell us about something that you manifest in a short time? Okay, let's see what, so I put, like, what, I guess, short time. So, actually, I have the perfect thing. I was doing manifesting and law of attraction coaching for like a few years now. But there's definitely some disconnect and some misalignment from me, and it kind of played out the way that it would for anybody, which is it just really wasn't manifesting the way that I wanted to be, and I found it was difficult to be able to get clients. It was difficult for me to be able to put myself out there, and there was the things that I wasn't able to let go of in terms of my money story, in terms of my story about me, and me feeling comfortable even putting myself out there, and just a whole bunch of different things. And I guess over this whole pandemic, I was able to really change all of that. And I kind of I stopped taking clients. I stopped kind of putting myself out there for a period of time. And just through that time, I was really just kind of working on myself. I was doing some things that weren't necessarily putting me into alignment, but through that period, I was able to see what works and what doesn't work. And so now, having been able to see that, I put everything that worked into practice. And as soon as I was able to actually offer services and put myself out there and open myself up to take clients again, like, things just started to just snowball, and just like everything just started to just happen automatically. I mean, when it comes to business and clients, you hear from anybody else outside of the law of attraction community about how difficult it can be to actually get clients, and how, you know, like, you have to do certain things and have certain, you know, things put in place to get leads and to do all of these things. And I believed in it so much before, but having been able to kind of refresh the way that I look at the world within just a matter of weeks, like a couple weeks after actually opening myself up to taking clients, I got my first client. And then interviews keep coming in, because I literally just said, you know, I just want to put myself out there, and I would love to be interviewed, because you know, you go on YouTube, you watch all of these I guess teachers and everybody doing all these interviews, and it inspires you. So I was like, I want to do that. And literally within a week, I had somebody reach out to me and had the opportunity to actually do that. So it's, once you are aligned, things just happen. If everything happens for you, the only reason it doesn't is because you contradict yourself and you hold yourself back. So if you can stop contradicting yourself, things will just happen for you. Yeah. So I think that, if any more questions, I hope that was a good enough example for you. I mean, that's something that I'm definitely very happy and content and just blessed, and even proud of myself for that as well, because it's like the success just kind of keeps coming in, and more consultation calls and more clients coming in. So it's like, it really just, it doesn't matter what or how you're doing it, it's the alignment that matters. I'm glad I could answer your question, and thank you. Yeah, so I think that's it. If there's no more questions, I'm definitely going to put this onto YouTube, and so I guess keep this in the group too. Well, maybe, I guess it saves automatically to the group, but so scratch that. Yeah, so I think that's it. So thank you for everybody that tuned in. Thank you everyone that asked the questions, and this definitely was, like, there was a little bit of nerves, if I'm going to be completely honest, coming on, because it's my first time doing a live on here in my Facebook group, on Facebook in general. But thank you for just being amazing, and I'll definitely want to do more of these as well. Have a wonderful day.